Hey, family of witches and warlocks. I have an interesting video for you all today. Check this out. First of all, could you please? Y'all know my nose is itching. All it takes is this good old nighttime and the planes are flying by anyway. I always have to start the video off like that so you all can know where I'm. There's a thing, with mediums. Spirits fly in. That causes nasal itching, and when they come out it causes burping. So you see, people talking, and you may see them burp. It's because actually some spirits are coming out, or they may pass gas. That's how spirits come out. So they go in through the nasal, or sometimes through the mouth. That's why they tell you when you go to a cemetery, or you pass by a cemetery, to make sure that you hold your breath, because spirits they can get in like that. I mean, you literally have to just pinch your nose and close your mouth, because they do go in your body like that. Okay, and cause some discomfort, especially for us mediums. Please visit me on Facebook. I am Spirit Tree, not Ema. So you can see the link. All you got to do is click the Facebook link on my channel. SPIRITREENYEMMA. So we can share our feelings, and we all can come together, witches and warlocks and vampires and priests and priestesses and gods and goddesses, shamans, womb shamans. We all need to come together and quit the bickering back and forth about who's right, who's wrong, who has the power, who don't have the power, who's a fake, who's not a fake. I mean, it really is all a bunch of garbage. Okay? So we don't need to lose ourselves in confusion. Okay? So anyway, it was a few things that I wanted to talk to you about. It's going to be kind of like a little bit of rambling, but not quite rambling, because I know exactly what this topic of this video is going to be, and I'm going to concentrate on it a little bit. It's about sex. That's what it's about. Sex with witches and warlocks. Look, I would like to thank the two of my witch sisters that gave me a very wonderful video. I mean, it really gave me a lot of insight, more insight. You know what I'm saying? To apply to my journey, and I really appreciated the love. I really did, and the comments. Thanks for the comments, family. And I would hope that you all would dig in and comment on this video, and just share your feelings about it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid to express what you want to express. This is for us witches and warlocks and all of the rest of the spiritualists. Let's talk. It was something else I was gonna say. Yeah, had a bad omen here. A shadow passed through the kitchen. Want to get this off my chest, and the dog was howling, and that's not a good sign. That's a bad omen. And my dog was growling at the door, and there was nobody there. So I know that that's not good. So I want to pray Archangel Michael's energy all over this place, because you just never know where it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk. Sex with a witch is not like any other sex with any other human being that you can ever have. Sex with a warlock, two getting together, witches and warlocks. That's a different type of sex right there. It's just, words cannot describe the experience, and I would like for you all to comment on it. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about it first. Witches, they are very different. Especially, I want to concentrate on the dark witch. I don't want to talk too much on the witch of light right now. And then again, I'm not sure how the witch of light operates during a sexual encounter. But myself being a night witch, okay, I can definitely talk about a little bit of my experience. And I'm going to tell you something. I have found something that totally defies explanation. Okay, let's talk about it. For instance, regular men do not approach me. They never do. Okay? Excuse me, y'all. Sinuses. The only men that most all men who approach me are warlocks. Every single time, no matter what. Maybe I need to really do some deep soul searching to figure out why am I attracting warlocks. I don't even have to say warlocks or night warlocks. I don't have to say it, because to me all warlocks work with dark energy. I mean, they all do. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. Okay, correct me. Okay, they're dark magicians to me. They shapeshift. They're not completely honest. They like to manipulate not only the universe, but they like to manipulate their energy, their frequencies. They do these kind of things. Now, a warlock can be a male and it can be a female. I have found out. A witch can be a male witch or a female witch. So when I'm talking about this, I'm not necessarily talking about, gender. Okay. So I'm a dark witch. So I want to talk about being a dark witch. Don't know too much about the witch of the light. I mean, I know her because she's my sister, but I work with dark energies. Okay. Here we go. Even though people say, "Oh, your persona comes across as one of light." Now, I've heard that before, but you all may say, "No, Mama." And then a lot of people say, "Oh, you're so nice and you're so sweet," but that's not true. I am a very angry, dark sided, vengeful witch. I'm very harsh. Okay, so I like to put that out there in the open, and don't let a soft, sweet, kind, motherly energy fool you. Okay, because I have a sting to me. I can be very nasty. Okay, and I know some of you all have met that fate. One woman in particular. Okay, you know who you are. You know who you be. So don't get mama confused. Okay. So I think what I need to do is introduce myself as being that very wicked witch. Okay. So the fact that you know that about me, you won't get anything else confused. Okay. Going back to sex with the witch. When you're dealing with sex with a witch, you do not have to have physical contact. Well, I know a lot of people will argue and say, "Hey, look, that just applies to any person." But what I want to say is this right here, and I want to talk about sex with the witch right now. I don't know about the other people, but you can actually have sex with a witch, and she can have sex with you while you are asleep, or you can be sleeping, and she can come in the night, or he can come in the night and have sex with you. Okay. Okay. Not only that, I discovered something. There's this particular guy in this place, and I'm not gonna say where it is because he could be watching it, or it can get figured out because most of these people I'm noticing they live right here where I live. Okay. I've gotten quite a few phone calls from people that live here in Birmingham. They say, "Hey, I need readings and I need work lately." So I can't talk about what this place is, but I can say this person, I'm sorry, had a drug addiction. Okay, and I think I talked about it because every time I run into him, he would say, "I'm not a child of God. I'm wicked." He said, "I practice the craft," because he's a psychic too. He admitted it, but he said he's a prophet. And so he said that I'm going to hell. I'm not a child of God. And then it went from there to when I come in, he started grabbing me physically and putting me in these big bear chokeholds almost, not around the neck, but around my body, and it literally strained me. That happened twice. Matter of fact, it has happened with two other men I've noticed that have done me like that. And I figured something out. I said, what they're doing, if a person hug you, witches and warlocks, and you all probably already know this, they are actually having, okay, sex with you in the invisible matrix. That embrace is a sexual encounter. I'm afraid to tell you that. I have found this out the hard way. Now, a lot of people may say this lady is crazy, but it's true. I have the evidence, and one of these videos I'm going to discuss with you what happened to me on several occasions. On the phone with a warlock that actually had sex with me in the invisible matrix over the phone. So you all know that it happens. Okay? Some of these people are doing this without your consent, but you have consented without them asking you for your permission. It's true. Uh, the reason why I said that, also today I was out shopping. Anyway, I don't want to give it away, but anyway, this same don't well, this has happened to me two times. This same person, which I know now for sure is not just a prophet and hide behind Christianity. This former crack addict, okay, that is now a newfound Christian. There's a spot I like to go and take my clothes and put them up against the mirror and watch. I mean, not watch, but look to see, hey, should I get this piece or whatever? Two times this has happened. He has actually come back there, okay? Not just necessarily looking, but there to feel, okay? The vibrations, that intimate vibration, because I'm there in the mirror, putting clothes up against me. You see what I'm saying? And I felt him manipulating my energy sexually. I sure did. And it, to the date to today, I have found something. Well, yeah. Well, I've recognized today that there is a way, and I don't know how long this has been going on. This may be something new, guys. It may just be something that is going on and have been going on for a while. But a lot of people would say, a lot of new age people would say, since we have entered into a new dimension, that the rules have totally changed. Okay, the physics of the old matrix is no longer here. There's something different going on, something very supernatural. These people are actually touching you without touching you, feeling you without physically feeling you, and actually seducing you by not even having to physically have any type of contact. And I felt that, and when I felt that, and I looked at him, I saw this look on his face, and I said, whoa. It was almost like a dog that puts its ears backwards after it does something that it knows is not right. So that's what I want to talk about. Sex with the witch. Sex with the witch is not all physical, but and I know what people are gonna say. I mean, this can be just anybody. We all can do this to some extent. Okay, I understand that, but I'm talking about witches right now because many of the warlocks can get our energy, our magical energy, this way. So, how do we protect ourselves from this? These energy vampires. You can be raped. Do you hear me? Without even having to be actually, physically sexed. Did you all know that? Because I didn't know this. You'd be surprised how many people you have actually had sex with in the invisible matrix and not be aware until you get home and you get to feeling, get in your tub and you start feeling disgusted. Now, some people may be saying, well, you're a little bit too deep into it, okay? Back up a little bit. but I know for sure because while I was in this tub, in my tub, I'm sorry, not in this tub, when I was in the tub, this man came to me while I was in my bathtub. So I knew for sure it was what I thought it was, okay? Now, let's talk about the physical sex between the witch, okay, and whoever she decides to sleep with, or the warlock and whoever he or she decides to sleep with, or the witch, he or she, the witch decides to sleep with. It's a different. Let's talk about that type of sex, guys. I've noticed that that type of sex that the other person on the it seems to be on the receiving end, they're actually gaining access to the magical arcane kinds. Am I saying that right? Arcans. They're actually in the magical arcans. Okay, they have access to the supernatural library. Yes, they do. Now, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. They have all of your book of shadows. You don't even know it. So you got to be careful who you choose to have sex with. Watch that warlock. If you having sex with that warlock witches, he can get in your library and cause you a lot of destruction. Okay? Sorry, warlocks, but you all know what you do. Sometimes you all just cannot be trusted, but for some reason. Okay, I'm just talking about as a woman. And then there are a lot of male witches who are attracted to warlocks too. But it's a forbidden temptation when you're sleeping and having sex with a warlock because it's very exciting and pleasurable. Because me being a dark witch, I can't speak for all dark witches, but a part of us enjoy the chase. The warlocks like to chase, and the witch somewhat enjoys the prey, but he has no power over her unless she allows it, or unless he, the male witch, allows that for him to have that power for that moment. Because the warlock, now let me know if I'm wrong, the warlock had the only power the warlock can gain access to is the power of the witch. Without the power of the witch, or some other supernatural force that will allow him to have this, he will not have the energy to do his shape shifting and his magician work. I mean, it's true. He has to, a lot of the time, be conniving to get it and cunning. And to some extent, the dark witch enjoys that, and she severs over it, and she runs into the woods, and she's being chased by this big, strong, dark knight, and she runs knowing that she wants to be conquered by the dark magician. And there's pleasure in it for both of them. And once she's conquered, there's this great fulfillment, okay, known as this huge orgasm for her and for him, okay? And as he enjoys the taste, the blood, the secretions from his witch, he becomes powerful. And she gives off some energy. She gives off quite a bit of energy, and that's the way it works. But anyway, I was trying to make it sound interesting. But you all, hey, give me some video responses and some comments. What's your take on it? Sex with the warlock and the witch, or the witch having sex with the warlock? Okay, can we talk about sex sometimes? Okay, be back in a little bit.